Alrighty, let's get right into the video. Super excited to finally start doing and talking about the different numbers and numerology sequences that show up as symbols, as angel numbers, lots of different ways to describe it. But basically, these are like triple numbers, numbers that you see repeated throughout your day, whether it's on the clock, whether it's on anything around you, anything outside. If you have dreams of these numbers and you're wondering why, I'm here to help you figure out why you're seeing these numbers, okay? So we're obviously going to start off with 111. That's what you clicked on, so that's what we're going to start off with. I actually didn't pick this just because it's a 1. I just picked it because today I was feeling that energy, that vibe. I was feeling very Aries-like today, and I always put Aries and 111 together. Like, I don't know, it's something about that independence and that freedom and that those goals. I don't know, something about that, it really puts me in the thought of Aries. So before I start, I do want to say that actually spiritually, when you're counting, the first number would be 9. So I know it sounds backwards, but in spirituality, 9 is actually like the first number. If you're really talking about dimensions and going higher or lower, as above, so below, that's a whole nother topic. We can get into that another time. So 111. So if you take the number 1 just by itself, what does it signify? Individuality, focus, standing out, maybe being to yourself. The individual, it's 1, it's masculine, it's just you. It can even represent the ego if you really want to put it into perspective of what it can represent. 1 is you. So having 111, 3 ones, this is basically saying that you need to step out and you need to be on your own. So if you're seeing this a lot, you need to think about what you're seeing when you see this number. Are you hanging out with people that you shouldn't be hanging out with? Are you trying to come up with a new idea of what you want to start business-wise? Are you thinking bad thoughts about yourself? Whenever you see 111, it's always in representation of saying you need to do you. This is a time to take to yourself. This is a time to step out and do what you want. This is also usually a encouraging number when you see this, like kind of like saying you're about to start something new. You're about to start something for you. You're going to start this new journey. You're going to start, because in tarot also, the 1 also is about beginnings. So it's always symbolization of maybe beginning to become more of yourself, or beginning to become a little bit of a loner so that you can focus on yourself. These are different signs and ways to know about 111. So whenever I see 111, keep repeating it, it sounds weird, but whenever I see those 3 numbers, I automatically think, okay, what was I thinking about? What was pertaining to me? I automatically put it onto myself, and then I want to see, okay, well, what am I trying to build? Because when I see 111, I don't just think of a beginning, but I think of a beginning that you have to put your own energy into, and that's why I corresponded with Aries. Aries is all about gathering all your energy that you have and pushing that into your own goal, whatever that may be, no matter what other people think. It's all about what you want. And so for a lot of Aries, they'll have like this really fast energy, this really fast movement, almost like whenever they are doing something, it's because there's a purpose behind it. And so that's another reason why 111 is very, very similar to the Aries energy. So a lot of crystals, I guess, that I would combine with that 111 energy, or if you want to experience that 111 energy, I would recommend malachite because it works super fast, and I'm always using that when I need a boost, or when I'm feeling like I have that motivation, I finally want to start putting some stuff out there. I definitely go to my malachite. If I'm seeing 111, I'm like, okay, what do I need to do to keep me going? What do I need to do to separate myself from the rest? What do I need to do to really focus on my individuality? I guess citrine could be one, but I mean like a dark citrine, because citrine is all about your own personal goals and your own personal confidence within yourself. And it deals with the solar plexus, and it deals with just being your own sunlight. So again, I guess it could go with Leo as well, but I definitely feel like Aries, it's like the beginning. And as we know, Aries is the first zodiac sign whenever you're doing, going in order. So again, it's like the Fool card in tarot. The Fool doesn't mean that, it doesn't necessarily guarantee success, but it can guarantee that you're optimistic about what's going on. You have this newfound youthful spirit on going into a new journey. You're ready to take on new things. And it could also mean that if you don't work and pay attention to what you're doing, you could fail. So that's what 111 means to me. It doesn't necessarily mean that there's a guaranteed success coming as like a, let's see, like a 888, but it does represent, a form of, you got this, you're onto something. Whatever you were just thinking, keep that thought. That's for you. That's what your soul wants right now. And it can also show up in times of it's not always good times that you see it. You could be seeing it when you're just having a terrible argument, or if you're trying to make a decision on whether you should move on or not. And maybe you're just like really stuck on that. And maybe you're really stuck on any life decisions that you're trying to make. Anything that includes other people in your life. Maybe they've been around for a long time. If you're starting to see 111, it's saying that you need to start doing for yourself. You need to start getting out there for yourself. You need to start changing things. You need to start getting out there and being for yourself. Whether that means getting out there physically in the world, or if that means getting out of your shell and becoming yourself, being yourself for you and not for other people. So it can have a really deep meaning. It's really about when you hear it, or when you see it, I guess, and what you're thinking in the moment. Or if you've been asking for signs and you're like, I don't know what to do next, I don't know. Maybe angel numbers, or, you know, anything that has to do with synchronicity, or maybe, you know, anything that you're seeing repeated, it usually has a meaning behind it. So if you've been wondering, that is what I believe 111 is all about. It's all about self. It's all about having like that drive from within, having that fire, that gold, that potential to make something great with your own work. But it's about, are you really ready to engage in that? You understand what I'm saying? So if you've been seeing 111, and then this is really great, you should definitely start getting on to whatever it is that you've been wanting to start. And then also think about, what are you doing for yourself? Are you really catering to yourself? Because that can also be another sign. Even if you haven't asked for one, sometimes you see numbers subconsciously and don't realize that it's messages from your angels, or it's messages from your ancestors, other things, you know, other entities, or just you, like you and universe talking. It can just be a symbol for that as well. So I would really encourage you to start, you know, seeing where you see 111 at, and what situations you may see 111, and also if it's a warning or if it's like a blessing sign for you. Because for some people it can be a warning that you are with the wrong people, like abort mission, abort, you know what I'm saying? So really pay attention to that, and let me know, or when you guys are seeing 111. I would love to know your stories, and I would love to know how 111 makes you feel. And if you have anything else that you would like to let me know, leave it down below. I'm love from a Leo. If I'm not your favorite Leo, then one day I will be. And until next time, I will see you very soon. Bye.